Welcome everyone, it's your boy IQ MMA and I'm back again with another video. So welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about who I think should be challenging for the UFC lightweight title. So just on the left, you can see the UFC official rankings for the lightweight division. We have Khabib as number one, and obviously we don't actually know what's happening with this situation. He's, said he wants to retire due to kind of family reasons and because his dad's not around anymore. But then today I've seen articles showing that there's negotiations for a Floyd Mayweather fight, and there's negotiations going on for a fight with George St. Pierre. So we really don't know what's actually going to happen with Khabib. But I'm going to assume that Khabib is going to vacate his title and the lightweight division is going to move forward. So, in that initial vacant UFC lightweight title fight, first of all, on one side, I'll put my man Dustin Poirier. Okay, a guy who has done amazing in the division, racking up numerous wins over great fighters such as Conor McGregor, an exciting prospect in Dan Hooker, a guy who's had various finishes via submission, TKO and knockout. Max Holloway, an all-time featherweight great. Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje, former poster boy Anthony Pettis, and many more spectacular fights within the UFC's featherweight and lightweight division. I feel like Dustin Poirier is a guy who's deserving of the title, and I feel like his star power has probably gone up a level after his win over Conor McGregor, which the UFC they like people who can draw the money in. I don't think this is just about money with Dustin. He is number one in the rankings, and I believe that he probably is the best lightweight right now. He has the best record, the best winning record, and he's done the most in the division, I would say. Challenging Dustin Poirier, I suppose this is where there's going to be a bit more of a discussion. Personally, I believe that my man Charles Oliveira should be challenging for the title. Okay, so Tony Ferguson 2.0. So I believe that Charles Oliveira should be challenging for the title. Charles Oliveira coming off a long win streak himself. He's not lost since 2017. Okay, beating names like David Tamar, Jim Miller, Kevin Lee, and Tony Ferguson. So both the Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson fights happening last year. I believe that Charles Oliveira will be probably a legitimate contender for the title. And in another video, I can go into the intricacies of Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira and how that fight looks. The next person who I think might have a bit of a claim to fighting for a title next in the UFC is the Iron Man himself, Iron Mike, but not Tyson. We're talking Mr. Chandler here, Iron Mike Chandler. Okay, Mike Chandler is a huge star in Bellator. For a long time he was Bellator MMA's kind of poster boy, and with his big win over Dan Hooker on UFC 257, he's made a big name for himself. His social media presence has grown vastly since having his win over Dan Hooker. And when you look at the level of talent that Michael Chandler has fought, guys like Benson Henderson twice, Patricky Pitbull, Eddie Alvarez, these guys are guys I believe, or not I believe, it is fact, they've all had success at the top level at the UFC. Benson Henderson fighting for the title, Eddie Alvarez winning the title against Rafael dos Anjos. And with Chandler being at a high level, I believe from 3 fights into his career, I believe that he was in Strikeforce and Bellator from quite early on in his career. He's a guy that's used to competing at the high level, a high level of MMA. So Michael Chandler could be the guy to get in there and fight for the title. The last guy I feel like could have a claim to the title or fighting for the title is Justin Gaethje. And this might be a bit of a controversial one. However, I believe that Justin Gaethje has really leveled up over the past year or so with his fight against Tony Ferguson. You could see in his game plan, you know, he was a lot kind of he wasn't headhunting as much as he had previously done in previous fights, you know, and he'd been very composed. And the savagery that he brought in fights against Donald Cerrone, Edson Barbosa, James Vick, you know, guy always puts on entertaining fights. And, you know, he lost to Khabib, which, again, there's no shame in that. I believe that Justin Gaethje is a top-level fighter. And if Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler, if there were any issues in making that fight, I believe that Justin Gaethje could be the go-to guy. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Who do you think should be challenging for the UFC lightweight title belt? It's your boy IQ MMA, and I'm done. Woos!